about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Miami Dolphins. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go, here we go. Strike, strike.
They'll begin things here with Gaskin. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This defense for the Vikings, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
From the 30 on second down. Tua, he'll swing this out wide to Gaskin. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. The Dolphins in a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They get the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. A first carry for a Miami native. This is Dalvin Cook. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
On second down, Cook. Stiff-armed him. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Third and short yardage. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on third and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Keon Crossett. And the Dolphins will take over here at their own 12-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Tua. They'll get this out wide to Gaskin. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
After the sack on first down, Tua. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
19 yards that time for number 19. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Cousins throw complete to Rager.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. From the red zone now, Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
This will be caught. It's Waddle. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. We're scoreless after one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
10. Pause red. Go. Watch out now. 50 Fury. Set.
Running on 1st down with Gaskin. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Gaskin again on 2nd down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Each of the last 2 seasons, Myles Gaskin has gone over 800 all-purpose yards and showed Miami they may have something long-term in him. The Dolphins were aggressive in free agency, though, bringing in multiple backs to compete with him for carries. One thing we do know about the former 7th rounder out of Washington, he's a fighter.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Hey, move. Ready?
Tua going to hand this to Gaskin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Hey, cross field. Check field.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. Here comes Rager. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down. I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used a slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks for his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Steps away. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
2 now on 1st down. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for this event. But if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Meanwhile, Cousins throw complete there to Smith. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Cook up the gut. And he's got this down to the 35. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throwing, Cousins. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw is Cousins. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. Touchdown! Irv Smith Jr., 35 yards.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And they take the lead here at 7-6.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. They'll start here with Gaskin. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Yellow, blue, red, yellow.
Tagovailoa are going to try and throw on 3rd down. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
And this returnable for Rager.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
A short kick taken at the 18.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Cousins now.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Third down, here's a run by Cook.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on fourth down. And whistle blown, a timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Tua steps away to his left.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Ready.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Tua sets up to pass it.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Ready.
From midfield, here's Tua.
He'll leave that one for Gaskin.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a first carry from their fullback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Second and 10.
Triple 38. Ready.
Looking to pass. Tua. And it's incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Tua going to throw.
He'll swing this out wide to Gaskin.
And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and that'll keep this a 1-point game. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
He's across midfield to his 48-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg.
That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
A 3rd quarter now to 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here's Cousins. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Vikings. Herb Smith Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead is up to 8.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send down the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from now on.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
2nd and 14.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 30 yards.
And the Dolphins have come back to make it a 2-point game.
Here we go. Yellow, go. 5, 97. Strikers.
They'll try and run it here. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game.
And they're able to ground it over on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. That 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
89 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, beat the backs.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Cousins.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Joseph's got it. And they take a 17-14 lead.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there.
Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds through the end zone, and that will go as a turnover as the defense will get it at the 20-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Strikers. 3-3.
2nd down, Gaskin.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Black shot.
Here's Gaskin.
He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Green. White.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off by a South Florida native, Patrick Peterson. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens, things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Forced out to his left.
This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
And he will have a Vikings able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call, and out comes a challenge flag.
On 1st and 10, Cousins eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Cousins. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Dolphins are right back in this football game.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
52 blaster. Clock 10.
Once again, it's Gaskin.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
60 yards on the ground for him so far.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Watch out now. 50 here.
On 3rd down, here's Gaskin.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in 1st downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the team.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Andrew Booth in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. To try again after the sack. Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
10 cycle.
They'll run here with Gaskin.
And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
Play fake for Gasket. Now Tua.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week in practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. They find some open field here. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 4th down now after a loss of 2. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory.
Well, Charles, I mean, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So for Minnesota, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2.